What's good, my 1v1 fam? Your boy, your Uncle HK is back again with another video, and it's time to make my final predictions on who I think is going to make playoffs, and not just that, who I think is going to win it all. My week 1 predictions, I had Chad Benz, Takeover Season, Blix, Drew, 2Tac, A Cardi, Toxic, Quickster, and in my 2 dark horse underdog teams that could possibly make it in was the 2K Twins and Streaky. My mid-season predictions, I had Blix, Chad Benz, Drew, 2Tac, Quickster, Toxic, OFAB, and Takeover Season. My dark horses was Uzi, Xbox Live, and the 2K Twins. Twins was still in my dark horses. I moved Streaky out of my dark horses mid-season and had Uzi there, Team Uzi there. But the difference between my 8 from week 1 and week 4 that I had made was I took out A Cardi and I put in OFAB. That was the only change I made. Let me give y'all my list and let me tell y'all what seedings I think people are going to be in. This is just based off me looking at people's schedule, who I think they're going to win against who, what, by Sunday, end of day, because that's the last day of our regular season. Okay? But number 1 seed, I think Blix will take the number 1 seed, all right, and make it into playoffs. Number 2 seed, I think Chad will take the number 2 seed from Drew DF on the last day, which is Sunday of regular season. Drew DF, I think he will have the 3rd seed. I think OFAB would have the 4th seed. I think the 2K Twins will be in the 5th seed, Blizz in the 6th seed, Tox in the 7th, and then 2Tac with the 8th seed. That's what my playoff picture is looking like. My 2 dark horses teams are Uzi, Team Uzi, or Team Slump. And I low-key want to say Team Quickster, but I'm just going to leave that at bay for right now. That's my prediction for who's making it in. Now into my actual playoff predictions and who I think is going to win it all based by seeding, because I think, you know what I'm saying, these teams are going to be seeded this way. But like I said, it's King of the Hill style. Anything could change by Sunday. This is just my early predictions. Now, Blix having the number 1 seed, he would be going against the 8th seed team 2Tac and D-Nell. Okay, I would say Blix goes on to win that. It's not going to be easy. Could probably going to be 2-1. But Blix has been good all season. I don't think he's going to choke again in the first round. I think he beats 2Tac 2-1 and moves on to the semifinals. All right, then we would see our 4th ranked team OFAB versus the 5th ranked team 2K Twins in our round 1 day 1 matchups. And I think 2K Twins take that, go against Blix in the second round semifinals, which is going to be cinema. The Blix versus Twins is always cinema, so that's why I think that's going to be for our round 1 day 1 matchups and who wins and who's going to be on to the semifinals. Then our round 1 day 2 matchups, Chad Benz number 2 seed versus number 7 seed Toxic. That's what I personally think is going to be. I think Chad Benz takes that. It's not going to be easy because Draco does play good defense. But I think when it comes playoff time, they're going to lock in. Chad Benz has had a little stint at the end of the season. But I feel like come playoff time, they're going to lock in, be good, and they're going to be Chad Benz. I mean, they're going to be Toxic, move on to the semifinals. Then to wrap up our round 1 day 2 matchups, we'd see probably Drew DF, the 3rd seed, go against the 6th seed team Blizz. And I think Drew takes that 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep. All right, I think that one he would take it 2-0 sweep so we can go to sleep. That's how I predict that one would be. Then into our semifinals matchup, we'd see Blix versus 2K Twins. I don't think the 2K Twins get the best of Blix this time. I think Blix wins it, goes on to the next round. Like I said, that's not going to be an easy one for him. 2K Twins is never an easy matchup for him, but Blix I think goes on, has a good playoff run, and goes on to the finals. All right, and then to end off our semifinals matchup for that day, we would see probably Drew DF versus Chad Benz. Drew DF versus Chad Benz is going to be absolute cinema. I feel like Drew is going to come play off Drew and sweep through Chad Benz in the playoffs. That's how I feel. I feel like Drew's going to be a different man in the playoffs. He is the diamond merchant. He's crazy. It's so hard to beat him offensively, the way he plays, that you got to be perfect. All right, so I think Drew goes on to finals facing Blix, and I said it already. He's the diamond merchant. I think he goes on to beat Blix. Not an easy matchup. 2-1 down to the wire. It could go either way, but I think Drew takes it. Let me know what y'all think. Who y'all think is going to win it all down below? Who y'all even think is going to get into the playoffs? Like I said, our playoff start date is May 19th. $1,000 cash prize for the winner of it all. All right, and that team get to stay together. Has to stay together for the next season. And then the season after that, if they go back and win it all again, gotta stay again. Go download the app. You can watch straight from the app while staking on the matches and talking in the chat when the match starts with other stakers as well. It's lit over there. Don't miss out on the playoffs. May 19th. Get it.